Ooh, the sunshine in the background, how lovely. Well, good morning everybody, KJ here. Welcome back to KJ and Shim Sham. Today we're gonna talk all about body image because, it's something that I constantly think that I've moved past. I think that I have, I'm good on that, right? Like I've done the work and I have moved past it, and I'm good in my body, and yes, I'm still focusing on making healthier choices for myself holistically, right? All the way around. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. And then I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror from an angle I don't particularly love. And suddenly my day's ruined for a while. Like, that's reality. That is still very real. And it came up in my therapy appointment today that I am still doing the work. So what we talked about today was very focused on the ways in which I feel about food, not just how the food makes me feel, but how I emotionally feel when I eat a certain way and how I feel about myself afterwards. And that's something that I don't always think about. I try not to think about it because, again, I've moved past all that. I don't have to think about that anymore. Right? Maybe not. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. We're over 2 weeks into no alcohol again, and that was something that was really easy for me to redecide that it was just not. Oh my goodness, dangerous walk today. No alcohol was something that was really easy to decide that I didn't need it in my life anymore. It was too much. It wasn't making me feel right. It wasn't making me feel good. It was ultimately a negative impact on my life, and I'm focusing on the things that at the very least are positive or neutral in my life. I'm trying not to incorporate things that have not but negative impacts on my day-to-day. But what my therapist was trying to get me to focus on today was, how do I feel after I eat something that quote-unquote might not be good for me? Again, putting that moral value on food. And I try not to think about that sometimes, because again, in my head, we're done with that. That is something I've moved past. I've moved beyond it. It's no longer something I have to worry about, which is nonsense, because I grew up in a household where, I was encouraged to go on the South Beach diet. I was encouraged to read, eat this, not that. I tried the flat abs diet, and they were all low carb, like partially starve yourself diets, and I was under the age of 18. It's just these are not healthy ways in which I was taught about nutrition and health. And so now I'm focusing on this plant-based diet that I love and I feel really good. And this plant-based way of eating has been This plant-based way of eating has been a really positive change in my life. So that's my focus right now, is on the positives, trying to focus on the things that are serving me in a way that positively help me every single day. But that still doesn't change the days where I look in the mirror and I catch myself at an angle, or I look at myself a certain way and I think, yikes, or I have that really hurtful negative thought and it pushes me down for hours afterwards. So the journey continues. I'm still focusing on ways to make amends with food, recognizing that if I buy a package of Oreos, for say, because it's something I really love, and I eat a handful of them, like 3 or 4 of them, and I feel fine, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll have a little spike in sugar, I'll have a little spike here and maybe a little crash, but recognizing that, okay, I did that, I can just sit and relax for a little while, and then I will be able to get up and do things, and then maybe focus on having something that's going to give me a little bit more energy, grab something that's going to boost me up after that, and not focusing so much on oh, well, I did the quote-unquote bad thing, the negative thing, and now can't do anything else, Or, alternatively, doing the thing that I consider bad, eating too many Oreos, and then, okay, well, now I've got to get up and move around for an hour, which Not necessarily, you know what I mean? That's not necessarily a healthy way to think about it either. So we're really trying to find the middle way. So we keep doing the work, you know, we keep focusing on doing the research and on listening to our bodies, me listening to my body, and focusing on, okay, these are the things I know help me feel good. These are the things I know don't make me feel good. There's a more nuanced conversation in our heads that needs to happen, and in our hearts and our souls. And I'm still having that conversation, and I was reminded today that I can't just turn that off. I need to keep focusing on that, and focusing on it in a way that really gets to the heart of, why am I having this thought? Instead of trying to fact and research my way out of feeling the way that I do, but really digging down into the emotional work that is required to move beyond these feelings of good, bad, right, wrong, morally so, when it comes to food. So I am honestly curious to hear from anybody else about how they feel about this particular facet of their wellness, this relationship that we have with food, and how it can be so difficult to find the nuances and really navigate how it feels to have a positive relationship with food, even foods that we might not always consider the most nutritionally sound or quote-unquote healthy, but also making amends and making good on the fact that sometimes that happens and it's okay. My therapist is really working with me on breaking down some of those early childhood and adolescent moments where I was made to feel very negative about food in general. And we're working on rebuilding a relationship. So I'm curious, where's everybody else at with that? But anyway, thank you for joining me here on KJ and Shim Sham. Please feel free to share us around, leave a comment, join the conversation, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.